do. I honestly do think that Chief Pat can take 2 games off.
I've just got some real great news coming in from Twitch chat. Yeah, Sui Generis, the coach for the Immortals, said that he would sign Chief Pat if he manages to win this match against Ace. So that would be quite an interesting play there. We have the CEO of Tribe then as a player for Immortals.
Oh, I mean, that's a possibility, but if I was Chief Pat, I would not run Rocket in my deck. Hey, do you agree, Woody?
I mean, you don't want to misplace any of his Rockets. I think that he's been picking up the aiming a little bit better recently. Yeah, we like to make fun of Chief Pat for the Rocket misplays, but I think that he's learned from his mistakes. He's getting a little bit of chip damage out to the left side now. Taking the tower down at 2384 before he moves in over on the right now with a Lava Hound. Big play from him. He actually got a really clutch defense against the miner that was coming for his Elixir Collector, but couldn't manage to get any damage against Ace's Pump. We'll see how he follows up with the Minion Horde out the left lane. Oh no! A ton of anti-air coming out.
What a fireball and arrows coming out. Lava Hound full life on the right-hand side. And just like that, Ace is in a little bit of trouble here, Woody.
Chatting, that was like a low-key super clutch play by Chief Pat. That right side going to take a little bit of a beating. Goblin Gang out back doing their best to deal with these minions, but that's actually a really good sign for Chief Pat. Again, he's got both Fireball and arrows in the deck up against someone who's running 3 Musketeers.
The only problem with Chief Pat dropping that Goblin Gang is now when he pumps, he's not going to have a Goblin Gang to stop the miner of Ace. So Ace is going to pump up. Ace knows that a Goblin Gang isn't in Chief Pat's hand here. Let's see if Ace goes for the miner on the pump.
Chief Pat Loki has like a really good counter to Ace's deck because he can hold on to that Fireball any time that he wants to knock down those 3 Musketeers or hit a pump. And then he's got the arrows to be able to finish off any minion hordes that are coming on in. I think with that right side down, Chief Pat has got a really great setup for this match. Still an Elixir Collector in the back left for Ace, so he's going to have a little bit more to play around with here. But with Minion Horde coming out, you can expect arrows from Chief Pat. Maybe, no, he's just going to let it happen there.
Yeah, he's going to let it happen and drop a Lava Hound on the left-hand side here. This isn't looking too good for Ace, Woody.
Not at all. Lava Hound flowing in the left lane with a few goblins to help out. We'll see if Chief Pat gets that clutch response to the 3 Muskie split. He might even be able to hit the Elixir Collector, the Muskie, and both of those towers. Chooses to go instead for the right side Muskies at the bridge there, taking no damage out right lane. Minion Horde stomped by the arrows, shot out of the sky, and Chief Pat has got the 2 crown, 2-0 against the Ace Royale.
Oh my goodness, with 20 seconds left, Ace is gonna have to pull off some kind of miracle to be able to take care of this game. Chief Pat, he will not be denied. He's going for the 3 crown. Ace tries to pump, but it's not gonna be enough. Are we gonna see a 3 crown
Here comes
from Chief Pat, Woody?
3 crowning down, Chief.
In this situation, if you're Chief Pat.
That's some pretty intense mind games. If you try to run the same thing again, I think there's a pretty good chance that Ace would mix it up. You know, he's a pro that has a lot of experience with a lot of different decks. He could certainly run something different here. And it looks like Chief Pat with the Goblin Hunt in the center there has mixed it up a little bit. He might have something a little bit more typical. You know, we hardly ever see a Lava Hound deck with both Fireball and arrows like that. I think that Chief Pat just got an amazing read on his opponent with that
Well, I think Ace is running Expo, so... Oh, Graveyard coming in from Chief Pat. This could be really bad for Ace if he's actually running a Graveyard Cycle deck versus Expo. Graveyard normally does very well versus Expo. Goblins are getting a little bit of chip damage here on the right-hand side. Let's see. Ah, man, what
That was an aggressive start from Chief Pat. He got quite a bit of damage out the right lane. He's down a couple of drops of Elixir here, so we'll see if Ace can leverage that Elixir advantage out this left lane. Looks like he's going to have an Expo set up with an Ice Golem to protect. Going to soak a little bit of damage here with the guards out back, but will Chief Pat be able to follow up with something that can destroy this mighty siege weapon out the left lane? Expo looking for a lock-on tower, about to get it. Musketeer goes down, and there it is. Ace is getting chip damage left side as quickly as he can. Mega Minion coming in to save the day, but not as soon as these skeletons come in the way. Ice Golem blocking as well, and Ace is going to pull ahead in damage.
Yeah, unfortunately for Chief Pat, just did not have the Elixir, did not have the rotation to cycle back to the Goblin Hut. Like you said earlier, he made a little bit of an overcommitment on that right-hand side. Yes, he got a little bit of damage off, but he paid the price on the left-hand side.
Expo out the left again. He's going to try to soak the damage here with guards in the center, but that won't be able to take the Expo down. What has Chief Pat got to handle this big old siege machine out the left lane? Musketeer falls, and that means that Ace is very likely to get a lot more damage value out of this Expo. Mega Minion to swipe it down. Yep, a very reliable counter from Ace Skeletons and Ice Golem soak in that damage from the Mega Minion just long enough for Ace to get the tower to 234. In spell cycle range now, he just has to defend against the graveyards coming in from Chief Pat.
Yeah, unfortunately for Chief Pat, he really needs to get that 1,300 damage on the right-hand side in order to win this game, and I just do not think he's going to be able to do that in time. He's got 30 seconds left, and I just think Ace is going to play super defensive, Expo on defense, and I think the story of this game was the one-cost Skeletons to be able to stop the Mega Minion every time it tried to go for the Expo. Quickly was able to cycle, and then back to his Ice Golem, and that Mega Minion never connected on the Expo.
Exactly. You know, this Expo deck works really well against Graveyard. It just has so many cheap cycly ways of getting that Graveyard dealt with. Whether you're rolling a log, setting up an Ice Golem to block for those Skellies, or taking them down with the Archers. Ace had great defensive answers against all of Chief Pat's attacks, and we will now see a 1-1 tiebreaker game.
There, they pick off 2 at a time, and it slowly takes it back. But Woody, we're going to go into a game 3. Can Ace hold off Chief Pat?
Chance of Let's Go Liquid and try win echoing in chat. Ace going to be defending first with the Goblin Hut in the back. Chief Pat's Barbarian's not going to be able to make it through the guard setup here to defend against that battle ram.
Yeah, it looks like Chief Pat might be running a bridge spam type of deck. Let's see what Ace is going to be running on his side here. Kind of just slow playing, see what each player is playing in the early stages of the game. Nobody wants to really overcommit, you know, especially what happened last time. And 3 Musketeers coming down from Chief Pat.
Bit by bit, just little bits of damage from each player right now. Haven't had much of a connection on either side yet. Musketeers will survive that poison out the back left and are marching over on that left side. No response, though, to be able to back them up. Chief Pat lets them get logged down and will play out right lane instead.
Yeah, a little bit of chip and damage coming off, but here comes a Minion Horde and a Miner on the left-hand side. What does Ace have? Ice Golem, but I don't think he has Zap in this. Oh, Electro Wizard, perfect answer as Ice Golem E-Wizard will eliminate all 6 minions.
Nice job there by Ace on defense, but it is a negative elixir trade. You got to get value with that E-Wiz on the counterattack, otherwise you're just dropping 6 for 5. There was a little bit of minor chip damage out the back left over there, and it looks like that's where most of the action has happened so far. Chief Pat will be happy to go either lane with this 3 Musketeers deck, while Ace really needs to kind of drill into one side with this Graveyard deck and try to get that thing down. He's going to get a lot of value out of this Graveyard out back right. The Zap is not going to work anywhere near well enough, and with Skeletons stacking up, guards stabbing it down, that right side's already highly damaged, down to 479.
Yeah, and Ace used the exact deck that was used against him in the previous match. And now Chief Pat needs to find a way, with a minute left in this game, to come back. It's not going to be an easy task as a log comes down and just slowly chips down that tower. He's looking for the poison range, and 3 Musketeers. This is going to be probably the last 3 Musketeer push that he's going to be able to get off to really do enough damage, Woody.
Definitely agree with you there. One more poison out the right side would take the tower down. Chief Pat's got 38 seconds to put this thing in overtime by being able to find an opening on Ace Royale. Left side Musketeers are going to get taken down, and it's the hard commit out the right lane, hoping that poison doesn't come in quickly enough to be able to deal with the minions over there. We've got a Mega Minion up on defense and an Electro Wizard zapping the rest of it down. Chief Pat will counter out the left lane with an Ice Golem and Goblin Gate, but it's not enough to break through in chatting.
No, it's not. Miner coming in on the left-hand side for Chief Pat. He's trying to do enough, but the Miner shovel isn't that golden. It's not going to be able to take down the tower, but the Minion Horde's coming in. Is he at least going to be able to get a tower here and bring it into overtime?
No, he won't. Very well played by Chief Pat there. Did everything he could to get a tower down at the end. But the reverse sweep by the Ace Royale from Team Liquid means he will move on in this bracket. You know, I saw Ben CR, our good friend from the European CCGS fall season, rooting for his team leader in chat. But unfortunately, that early win, not enough to carry him to victory. Chief Pat with the 1